Greetings class, I'd like to show you a short video on what I call the housekeeping chores for Google Chrome. We recommend Google Chrome for your browser for Blackboard and for the MindTap and Cengage products because they seem to be more stable in the Blackboard learning management system with less problems and issues. The other recommended browser is Firefox. Now you have to do certain things so that you can get things to work correctly for both Blackboard and especially for Cengage, the MindTap and SAM products. Over in the upper right hand corner at the end of your address bar, it'll show three little dots in a circle. It may be an orange circle with an exclamation point because sometimes it already knows that there's an issue that needs to be fixed. But if you'll click on that, it'll bring up kind of a little pull down menu, and we want to go to settings. So click on settings. Now you want to scroll down right now till you find privacy and security. You want to click on site settings, and when you go down you're looking for pop-ups and redirects. Now you don't want to just turn your pop-up blocker off and get bombarded with all kinds of pop-ups. So instead you want to go and choose what you want to show up here. Now you'll notice I have a couple more than what you need because I have another textbook that needs to be also allowed access with pop-ups. But the two that you're going to want to add are the Cengage.com. You do have to type the square bracket, the asterisk period, and the square bracket in front of the actual website name, or that's called a domain name. And the other one is the elearning.kctcs.edu. Make sure you click on the add button for allow. Don't block it or you can't see anything from those sites. But you would add, and for example you would be typing in the square bracket, the asterisk period square bracket, and for example you would be typing in Cengage.com, and then you would add it. Now I've already got it out there, so I'm sure it's not going to add it a second time. You would do the same thing for elearning.kctcs.edu as you see here. So do those two things first, and then you're going to click the arrow to get out of the pop-ups and redirects. So we're going to just go back a level. We want to scroll down. Let's see, where am I at here? No, we don't have to scroll down here, so we'll go back up and we'll get out of site settings. Then we're going to scroll down, and for your home computer you don't have to do this step to set it to West Kentucky Community and Technical College website. What I would do is, if you wanted a home button showing up, you could slide the slider over and then put in for entering a new website that you want to be your home page. Like if you like to go to Google all the time, and this is a Google product, it's probably going to take you to Google by default. But if you like to go to your favorite music site, or you're a fan of some pro sport team and you like to always let your computer browser take you there, and that you have a home button up here on your menu, on your address bar, that will always take you there. At school, I have students do this so that when they click on the home button, it will take them to our school web address. The other thing that you might want to do is on startup. Again, we've set it here in the computers in our labs to go to westkentucky.kctcs.edu, so that when you launch the browser, it's going to launch that page. Now the other thing, as a start page, let me clarify that. Another thing is you could have multiple tabs. So like you have one here, and then you want to add another page, and it would just add another tab for it. So you could have two tabs that open up on start when you open up your browser. So you could have one that you like to go to. You can also have the school one as a backup. Now the other thing you want to do is click on Advanced down here at the bottom. It's going to open up another series of options that you can use. And what I have students do is in the downloads, and I recommend this for home users too, is to slide the slider bar for downloads to the right. So it's going to ask you, your browser's going to pop up a dialog box and say, you know, where do you want to save these files? Its default is going to be on your hard drive in the downloads folder. And as you're doing work, you may not want to have to go through and dig out stuff out of the downloads folder. Instead, you might create another folder on your hard drive at home on your home computer and name it CIT 105, and then you can, you know, choose there, you know, always go to that site and tell it to download there when you're downloading your projects and instructions for your projects, so that you can do those things for Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. All right, you really don't have to worry about any of the rest of this. This is just what I call the housekeeping chores. And then all you have to do is close out settings, and just to demonstrate that my home button is working to take me to the West Kentucky Community and Technical College, website, it's doing that automatically. And if I close out my browser, I'm afraid I might lose you guys, but if I closed out my browser and I brought it back open, this would be the first page. And that concludes this little helpful video on prepping Google Chrome so that it's ready to run your applications and to do the things you need to do in Blackboard and in the Cengage, MindTap, and SAM tools.